we gotta start off, of course, with last weekend WWE WrestleMania 41, nights 1 and 2. Night 1 featured Seth freaking Rollins, surprising the hell out of all of us who did predictions, defeating Roman Reigns and CM Punk in an absolutely tremendous triple threat main event. But it was thanks in large part to the one and only wise man, the one and only best friend in the world, Paul Heyman, low blowing and betraying both Punk and Roman to align with Rollins in a dramatic betrayal that will go down as one of the better endings to a WrestleMania main event of all time, as Seth Rollins picked up the victory,
And he
surprising the
pinned
world
Roman.
here. Indeed,
Ugh.
indeed, indeed. Then you also had Tiffany Stratton. She actually pulled off an upset herself, beat Charlotte Flair to retain the WWE Women's Championship in the semi-main event. We had new champions being crowned on the show as Jacob Fatu defeated L.A. Knight, in a very good match to win the United States Championship. The New Day beat the War Raiders to win the World Tag Team Championships. Jade Cargill picked up a win over Naomi in their grudge match. El Grande Americano defeated Rey Fenix in a battle of the Luchadors after Rey replaced Rey Mysterio, who suffered an injury that we talked about on last week's show. And Jay Uso beat Gunther in a good opener to the show to win the World Heavyweight Championship, to the surprise of many of us, with a goddamn sleeper making Gunther top out. Post-match, Jay celebrated with not only the fans but his twin brother, day one-ish, Jimmy Uso. But that was just night one of the two-night event, because night two featured one of the greatest Mania openers of all time, and one of, if not the best women's match in WrestleMania history, as Io Sky defeated Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley in a spectacular triple threat matchup to retain the WWE Women's World Championship. This was rated by Dave Meltzer, got the coveted 5-star rating, a perfect matchup from Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave beating the allegations, as well as Io Sky has really proven to be the best wrestler in WWE today. Drew McIntyre picked up a win over Damian Priest in a very fun Sin City street fight that followed up from the triple threat matchup. Then following that, you had Dominic Mysterio becoming the most popular superstar in all of Las Vegas, as he beat Finn Balor, Penta, and Braun Breaker in an awesome four-way matchup to win the Intercontinental Championship. We had some surprises on night two, as well as Joe Hendry made his Mania debut by answering the open challenge of Randy Orton. Orton picking up the win in a quick bout, as he showed respect to the TNA World Champion post-match before laying him out with an RKO and stealing his pose as well at the same time. Becky Lynch made her surprise return after replacing Bayley in the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship matchup, teaming up with Lyra Valkyria to beat Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to win the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Logan Paul defeated AJ Styles in a one-on-one matchup. You had John Cena beat Cody Rhodes to make history in the main event, winning his record-breaking 17th WWE Championship in what might be one of the most creatively panned WrestleMania main events of all time, featuring a referee bump, featuring Travis Scott, both coming out and then getting Crossroads, as well as a tainted finish where Cody Rhodes was unable to use the WWE Championship against John Cena, leading to Cena low blowing him and hitting him with the title himself to win his coveted number 17. So that was WrestleMania 41, nights 1 and 2. Chrissy Love, me and Josh have talked a bunch about it on check out our night one and night two reviews that we did. What was the Sunday and Monday? So we want to hear from you. What did you think about WrestleMania this year?
WrestleMania was terrible.
Tell us how you really feel.
Hey, yo,
Everyone is saying it.
yeah,
It's like,
almost choked. Almost choked.
thank God.
It was terrible, terrible, terrible.
Thank God for the main event. The guys delivered, over delivered. I was so happy that they did a tremendous main event ending to night one. The women delivered and opened. It was all right. We can't close neither show. We will open this show with a banger, and we will out wrestle most of these fucking people on this fucking roster on in all these matches that was on this fucking card. Absolutely tremendous for them. We didn't need the New Day match. They could have gave the Street Profits and DIY and all of them that slot right there.
I'd rather them get the 20 something minutes that they got last night instead of a 10-minute match at WrestleMania. To be honest, if they're just gonna like that, I think that people go too far and say maybe War Raiders and New Day shouldn't have gotten that spot, but you do have to realize that if that spot was done taken by the Street Profits, DIY, and Motor City Machine Guns, it would still be a 10-minute matchup.
Fine, okay, and they wouldn't have been able to showcase and deliver and give that the performance that they gave last night. Fair, fine. That's okay. Jey Uso winning. Great for him. I want to see what happens now. Who's going to be your next opponent? What else happened on the card? Logan Paul beating AJ Styles, terrible. Did Tiffany get her teeth fixed? I want to know that.
Yes, she did. She got it right after the.
Damn, they have a dental person on site. Shit.
Yeah.
Like money will buy you everything, I guess, whatever. But shocked about that. I was actually very happy about Dirty Dom winning. I marked out. I was like, look at this nigga. This nigga showed up maybe before the pandemic, and look at his ass now. Great shit. He was his dad's shadow, and now he's surpassed it. And look at him. He's great. Poor Bailey. I felt bad for Bailey. Bailey doesn't deserve this. Bailey didn't deserve that. We could have replaced Lyra and had them two do it then, if that's the fucking case.
Well, no, it made sense for Lyra because they're both from Ireland and stuff like that. But I was happy to see Becky, but it did leave a bad taste in my mouth that it had to come at the expense of Bailey.
Right, exactly. And I again very happy to see Becky. Becky looks great. Happy to see them on. They was on the post show at the conference or whatever. Really cute, really good. But why does Bailey always got to get the shit into the fucking stick? It's not right. It's really not fair. And she takes it with a chins up and tits out and everything, and she's okay. Like you'll never hear her say anything ill will or bad. She probably says it in the background, but you'll never hear her say anything bad, which I can respect about because it's her job or whatever. But she's always like getting the shit end of the stick, even like when her last run wasn't that good. It was very subpar how they ran her for her last run for when she was champion. Really not cool, but whatever. Overall, 2 nights of WrestleMania. Can I just talk about the set? The set was actually really, really dope. The fact that they had people sitting up there, people paid for that. SP told me. I was like, what? The fuck? They had people paying mortgages to sit up there. Great seats, though. I mean, they had cushions, like real, like VIP shit. Like I don't think I would have paid for it, but I would have loved it if someone got me a ticket for it. But whatever. And then the people that sat above it and felt all those flames and all those pyros and all that shit like that. That's pretty dope. Were they standing up there or were they sitting?
I think they had seats up there.
They had seats on that part too. Okay.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, and then the whole was it also supposed to be like dominoes that came down and had like the people faces on it? Or they just was like just
it was like banners.
Banners. Okay. Very nice. Loved it. I loved when Roman came out and they showed like his whole family on it. I was like, that's pretty fucking dope. But love the kudos to a great WrestleMania set. The show, on the other hand, was trash. Happy I did not go. But I had a great time on my cruise. Thanks.
Well, that's good. That's good. We have put the link in the chat, so some of you can join us. Like I said, we tagged the people who have already sent a super chat donation to start the show off hot, like Christopher Kidd, who sends a super chat donation saying WrestleMania began with the men three-way and ended with the women's three-way. Can't believe it took 8 hours for just 2 matches, but hey, for $4.99 on Peacock, I'll take it.
Listen, and shit, I don't even think it's. You better check your credentials, Christopher, because it ain't $4.99 no more. Them shits went up.
Yeah, they probably charging him more. He don't even know it. He don't even know
Right,
it.
I'm about to say because it's right and now it's like at a running maybe like $13.99. I want to say. So I don't know about $4.99, bro. That was when it was originally first started. Not now, but just check your invoices. You know, whatever you have it roll out. It's probably on auto pay like mine. But yeah, check it, Chris. Just
and we also got Andreas Gaming. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Scroll up, Andreas Gaming, and you can join us. Just have your camera on. That's all we ask. You don't have to keep it PG because this is True Hill Heat. We've never kept it PG ever since we brought Chrissy Love on, but we appreciate her for that. But we got Jody.
Not really. Talk to JJ.
Also true. Also true. That's true. Like since episode 1.
I just increased it.
First up, joining us is the person who suggested us do a call-in episode this week because he said he would be available this week. Joining us, we got Volop here. We haven't 300. How you doing, Volop?
I'm doing great. Can you hear me? Is it all fine? Am I muted?
Yes. We hear you. You just seem farther from the mic. I don't know if you have to move up a bit, but you sound. No. We hear you.
It's the headphone mic, so I can't really do much.
No worries. No worries. How you feeling?
I'm all right, I guess. It's been tough. All right. I've had a rough couple of weeks. I hope WrestleMania would be great, but. Yeah.
So let us know what's your overall thoughts on WrestleMania nights 1 and 2. What was the better night? What was your match of the weekend?
Match of the weekend. I watched a lot of the GCW collective shows as well. I'm trying to pick out. Honestly, it's actually the Joey Janela Sabu match.
I don't blame you because I said this the other day when I was on In the Weeds. I was like, someone was like, "Oh, well, one of the worst matches was Sabu and Joey Janela." I was like, "No, it wasn't. It was so bad, it was good. It was so outrageous and wild. It was so good to watch."
No, that was a lot worse match.
Yeah.
If you remember, while we were on In the Weeds, I said it was going to be a vanilla fumble of some kind, and I mean, like I was hoping someone would die. I wasn't sure, but yeah. But overall, I think the weekend match of WrestleMania obviously is the women's division. Fantastic match. Like Io is obviously one of the greatest wrestlers. Io, Mayu, Sai, everyone else is just a level below that, but yeah. That's
Yeah, Io, man, she had one of her best matches ever, and I've seen a lot of her Stardom stuff, and before she got to WWE, and she did great in NXT. But that performance within itself, she was absolutely flawless. She was perfect in that matchup. Like I gave the matchup 4 3/4 stars, but I was literally after the second time I watched it, I went to Jimmy. I was like, I might go 5. And I knew I kind of knew Dave Meltzer was gonna give it 5 because that's what. But I was like, you know what? I'm being conservative this year. I'm trying to be conservative because Jimmy says I give too many 5-star matches. But that's one that I wish I would have gave the 5 stars.
I don't know. Dave is on something. Dave's finally
Yep.
catching up. I don't know what he's on, but he's finally catching up.
He heard all the shit we've been talking. That he gets a woman's tax. And he's putting the tax back on. He's giving them the extra star. I mean, he was kind of ridiculous. Me and Scott brought it up on the Stardom preview. The trios matchup from Stardom, that wasn't a 5-star matchup, but that was him literally trying to beat the allegations.
Mm-hmm. That he don't get 5 stars.
That was him.
Yeah.
With Dave specifically, I think what has changed is that now, and even the women's fight, this the triple threat, it's not just the women tax; it's a WWE tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they beat all sorts of odds to get that 5 stars, and well deserved. But you know, there was Sasha Bailey from Takeover. There was like now you have to all. I always said the first 5 star Dave games, you have to start matching up to the other matches that you missed on. So it has to be really good. And this makes a bar, but I don't think it makes that bar. Like I'm sure 3 of the matches in the All Star Grand Prix on tomorrow are probably going to be better. I know Mayu's Shuri is going to be awesome if they let Shuri work well. Because I don't know what is going on starting. They just don't want to book Shuri. Karo Okada, get your shit together. What's going on?
Yeah.
Look at it.
Dave's given like 2 WWE matches 5 stars this year, so he's not even putting the WWE tax anymore.
He's opening up. I don't know why he's opening up. I think he's giving less to AEW and giving more to WWE with some allegations.
He's spreading the wealth. That's what it's called. He's trying to beat all the allegations.
You know, if he was being true to himself, he says CMLL is his favorite promotion. I didn't get great matches from CMLL. He's never seen great matches from CMLL. But he says it's his favorite promotion. Okay. Like you run Arena Mexico every week, you sell it out. They'll be selling out for a while now. Thanks WWE. But okay.
So you got some love in the chat for you, Vala. We got another person in the back end, so we want to give you the chance, Vala. Let everybody know where they can follow you, where they can see you again, and if they can just see you in the chat with us like you always are, we always appreciate you. So we're glad you could come on the show today, good brother. But we want to give you the solo so you can let everybody know where to follow you.
Follow me on Blue Sky. It's blindrar at psky.social, or you can follow me on Twitter, which is blindrar at Twitter. I'll put the link in the chat.
There we go. Yes, follow Vala. He's always one of our big supporters here on the channel, so we appreciate you coming through today, good brother. Always showing us love. So want to show you love by having you on here today. Appreciate you. Yeah, what time is it in India?
It's 9:30 p.m.
Look at this man. We're his primetime viewing. He's got us on in the prime time. We appreciate it.
Damn, and we be having you on here for like 3-4 hours, bro. It's gonna be late by the time we finish. Shit.
You know, once you lie down in bed, you know, you just get comfortable and and I'm dedicated. Well, not he's right. I'm dedicated.
We appreciate it, man.
I would like to continue grinding. I want to get involved in the business. So this might be a start for me.
There you go. Support Vala. Everything he does. Follow him on Blue Sky. Thank you, Vala, for joining us today, man. See you later. All right, we got a next one joining us here in the back end. Another one who gave us a super chat donation. We got Christopher Kidd joining us today. Good to see you, good sir.
What's going on, people?
How are you?
Good to see you, man. How's everything?
Good. Everything is well. I was on my way to the barbershop. I wasn't expecting this today, but I said, let me pull over so I can jump on and talk to the people.
He hitting us up before he get the lineup, before he get the shape up and stuff, man. I see you. How you feeling?
Because I want to talk about WrestleMania because I don't watch WWE anymore as much as I did like all my life. But me and my wife, we go to all the live events whenever they come to Norfolk, Virginia and stuff. So I'll be going to AEW next week when they're here.
Oh,
But
nice.
Nice.
WrestleMania is the one event that I always put in my calendar. I'm going to set the time aside to watch. And I was more than disappointed this year. It was so bad. I volunteered to put my son to bed Saturday night.
No, Christopher, stop it.
I
Stop. No.
volunteered. I let my wife watch the main event on the big screen. I was so disappointed. I said I'll watch the main event after the fact. I didn't even want to watch it live. I knew it was going to be good, but I said I was in such a foul mood that I didn't even want to go into it with the disdain of everything that I had seen before that. It was horrible. It was horrible. And I've lived through
I think it's
WrestleMania
Vegas. It's the
since
Vegas.
'97. So since shit itself, I've watched all the WrestleManias, and this is right up there with that, minus the 2 3-ways. And the irony is that they closed and opened the show with that, so they were the back to back. Everything before, everything after was trash.
Yes.
Trash.
Yes.
WrestleMania SmackDown and WrestleMania Raw.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I think that was the real thing with, like, especially night one. Nothing felt worthy of being at WrestleMania until the main event. So that made it really hard. And then I got heat from Top Guy JJ and Romeo because I called out night two. Night two started off great, and then it fell off a cliff.
Fell off a cliff. And all the hate that AEW gets for their long shows in one night, I'll sit through 8 hours of whatever AEW is giving me before I sit through 8 hours on 2 nights. I dedicated a weekend, an entire weekend. I could have been on date nights. I could have been doing whatever else. I could have been doing anything else and watched those 2 matches at a different time. I was more than disappointed. And Triple H talking all that stuff after the fact, go to hell. Go to hell. Where's my disclaimer?
And it was Easter weekend
These
too.
words
Like
do not represent True Heel Heat. They represent Christopher Kidd, wrestling's new kid. But this is a mess.
Listen, the poor people that had to spend their Easter there. Terrible.
Easter 420. I was high as a kite on Sunday. Didn't save it. Didn't save it. Didn't save it. There was nothing that could save that.
It's rough out here. It's rough out here. I mean, we kind of should have known because the build was so lackluster. But I think that we tried to compare it to like WrestleMania 31, which had a weak build, and then the show itself actually delivered. But that was in the era of a one-night WrestleMania. I said it on Twitter, and I'll say it here. There are elements of these 2 shows that if you just put it in one show, it's probably a great WrestleMania. But the fact that it's spread across 2 different shows in 8 hours and like only like it's not even half of the matches. Maybe like 40% of the matches was worth being at WrestleMania. That's the issue.
Horrible. Horrible.
I don't know how they're going to do for SummerSlam. I'm afraid.
The Triple H era to the Vince McMahon era. Like, Triple H's era is good comparatively to Vince McMahon. Okay, we accept that. Now, Triple H, what you're doing is not good.
No. No.
It's not good.
It's basically trying to compare an English essay from someone who's graduating high school to a second grader. So of course, it's gonna look better. It's better writing. They know different words. They have better writing, but it's not that good. This person is not graduating with honors. They've missed a whole bunch of classes. They tried to give us the same paper a few different times. Like
they slept with the boss's daughter to get a good grade.
They slept with the principal, the principal's daughter.
Oh, thank you so much, Christopher, for joining us today. Appreciate you dropping in.
Me.
Don't want to hold you from the haircut for too long, but we want to give you the floor. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media. They can see you in the chat or where they can see you next.
So I'll always be in the chat. Definitely on Thursdays for A Ramble, I'm always there, and I try to catch the flagship show whenever I can. On Instagram, you can follow me at the Kid Learning Academy. I'm an academic advisor, and I'm an academic tutor for grades 6
Hey,
through 12 in math and math, English, history, and all those things. You can follow me there. And soon I'll be posting a new page called Wrestling's New Kid. So be on the lookout for that.
that's dope. That's dope. Doing good work out here, man. Enjoy that
Appreciate you.
haircut. We want to see you fresh and new. Next week we have a
Fresh and
call-in
new.
episode. See you, brother. Thanks for coming on.
Y'all have a good one.
Peace. All right. Two good ones, too. We got Vala, we got Christopher Kidd. I sent the link again for Andreas, who's showing us some love in the chat as well. But yes, we got Andreas, who just became a member as well. Andreas Gaming. Thank you so much, Andreas, for being a part of the team. We got him sending a super chat donation. He says, SP3 is my faves podcaster. He's a gorgeous, real man. Wow, you're gonna get my missus jealous, man. My missus will get jealous calling me gorgeous out here. But thank you, Andreas Gaming. Appreciate you for that. And also he sent a second super chat donation saying, "Oops" or "ops," typo in that. Sorry, no worries, Andreas. Appreciate all the support in the chat today. We got a whole bunch of people showing us some love here. A very active chat this morning. We got Chilling with Jace, who says Vegas is cursed. LOL. He says I blame the Raiders. We also got some love in the chat for Christopher Kidd, who saying Davion saying Christopher Kidd equals the GOAT. Indeed. We also got here. We got Valup, who says thanks for letting me be the Joshi fan that I am. Of course. We always appreciate you, man. They're always good to see you. All to see all the great people in the chat today. And yes, to our producer asking, can I delete these WrestleMania pictures? Yes, go right ahead. I'm busy manning everything with the chat and our guest today, so go right ahead, my good sir. We got Davey Odd, who says this is great content, laugh my ass off. We got Frantic World says this is too funny. We got Frantic World also saying now WWE about to have 2 nights of SummerSlam SMH. Yeah. I don't know if the making everything 2 nights is gonna work, Josh, but you've had a week to kind of think about your thoughts on WrestleMania. You said at the top of the show it was a good week for you, but not so much for WWE. So what's your thoughts now on the 2-night WrestleMania this year?
The 2-night WrestleMania this year, honestly, like when I was watching it, right? So I was watching watch along. I remember watching night 1, and in my mind, in night 1, I was just like, man, this shit is like pretty mid. Like, you're waiting for something to happen, and I'm just like, fuck, like nothing's really going on until the main event. The main event basically ended up saving the show from being a completely thumbs down for me. And I still feel the same way about that. Night 2, I was very generous at first, like right off the gate. I was very generous where I was just like, hey, it's an 8 out of 10 for me, just because it was a step up from night 2. But then when I started looking at it, and then when we started doing the review, I noticed like I had the same issues too, where I was like, yeah, after that Orton and Joe Henry stuff, it did kind of fall off a cliff. Because the Logan Paul and AJ Styles match was boring. Becky Lynch coming back was more about the moment, and then the match was just, it was what it was. And for me, it makes it even lower for what they did the night after. And then we had the main event. The main event, I mean, I was like more disappointed with that because again, John Cena hasn't had a good match in years, right? And I think we could all agree with that. He hasn't had like a great top-notch John Cena performance in years. And then when it came to this, I don't know. Like I was just like, what the fuck was this? Like when you watch like, his performance, it was just bad. It was a bad match. It was terrible. And then, you added Travis Scott and when you realized Dwayne was not coming out, you only had Travis Scott. He didn't add nothing to the match because he wasn't the outcome of the match that had Cena win the match in the first place. So to me, that made it even worse. So like when people were trying to say how Travis Scott made it like worse, like I could see where people were coming from. But my point when it came to that was that I was just like, yo, it was like didn't bother me as much because the match was just bad. There was no saving the match. And I don't care what anyone says. Even if you have The Rock come out, The Rock was not going to save a bad match. Like, it was just a bad performance. And then you had, like, the finish that it had where they made Cody look like a dumbass. And then Cena beats him with one dick kick, belt, headshot to the head with the belt. And then that was a match. It was over. Yeah. And the problem with that is that I know a lot of people were trying to say, oh, that they did this, it was a callback, whatever the case may be. Fuck that. We're in 2025. We're in 2025. And WWE has made it a thing where none of these things matter that much anymore. Somebody gets hit with a fucking belt, they kick out. They fucking kick out. WWE made that a thing now. So you're telling me that one headshot to the head with a belt was it? That's how we finished Cody Rhodes' run, over a year run. Cody Rhodes beat Roman Reigns, who was the champion for over 1,300 days. That's how he loses it? All right, cool. And as much as I like the fact that, Cena got number 17, right? I'm happy about that. But the match sucked, and it's okay to say that the match sucked. I know a lot of people are excited about it. Oh, Cena got number 17. I couldn't be that excited because the match was terrible. And I'm like, I got to call it like it is. It was bad.
Match was terrible. Poor Cody Rhodes again has now lost because of foolishness, and people don't know how to put their fucking pride and shit aside. They make him be in the books now, and he's gonna do this horrible run. It's not. I'm not excited about it at all. I think it's gonna be terrible. Let your last run be stupid. Fine, whatever.
Shit, that's what we got from Sunday. I'm like, I'm not looking forward to
right, exactly that part. He hasn't had his dad. He might as well invest in getting his hair better than fucking have number fucking 17.
Well, he got the hair transplant. That's why it looked better. He wasn't wiping his hair back.
It's still a bald spot back there.
Yeah, but still better. We got Volub who says, I'm starting to think like I'm 20% on this that Hunter might be ousted from the company by the end of the year. Chilling with Chase responded, Volub, nah, he's safe. He is there. Dana White does not have a fucking Hollywood. He doesn't have Mark Wahlberg trying to push him out or trying to push blame on him.
Yeah,
that's a bad comparison. Dana White does not have anyone like The Rock.